What is going on, guys? This is Failing YouTuber Marvin. I have for you guys today another YouTube gameplay. This is a 26-2 Black Ops 1 gameplay with a G11 on the map firing range using the typical Blackbird, Chopper Gunner, and Dogs as my score streaks. This gameplay is about as special on a sniper as Black Ops 2, in other words, not special at all. And I apologize for it being mediocre, but I actually wanted to use it because I feel like it suits the topic of this commentary for today, which is map remakes. So, as you guys know, firing range was remade into studio on Black Ops 2, so that should work out pretty well. I will add another gameplay if this commentary goes too long, but just so not to drag it on, let's get into it. So, this question I wanted to bring up in this commentary was, do you guys like remakes of maps and you think they're cool? Or is it just the developers being lazy? So, I will say one thing, if you remake a map like Firing Range, I do think they actually had to take quite a bit of work to make it into studio. They didn't just take it from one game and slap and copy and paste it to the other, but I do think it is less work than the other maps. So, let's start off by naming the maps that are remakes that I know of, at least. COD 4 Overgrown. They put this into MW2, and it wasn't really a remake, but it was just sort of the same map in both games. I think Overgrown was a pretty decent map. I guess a lot of people seem to like it. Pretty fun if you want to snipe or use an M16 on either game, or if you just want to go for score streaks, or kill streaks rather, sorry. MW2 Terminal was added into MW3, also not a remake, but we're just going to call it that for the sake of this video. And yet again, it was the exact same map, except for an MW2 it looked way nicer because MW3 graphics are garbage. Black Ops 1 Original Nuketown was changed into Nuketown 2025, and a lot of people really enjoyed it. I, for one, didn't. And that's a whole new topic for a whole nother video, guys. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So they remade Summit into Uplink, and almost everybody seemed to love Summit, but for whatever reason, nobody really liked Uplink. So this is my thoughts on it. I think it's because of the rain and the low visibility on Uplink. You just couldn't really see people very well. It was just a dark and dreary map with not very much color. When Summit was the kind of bright, sun glistening off of the snow, ski resort, something or other. Yeah, something like that. And it was just a cool environment when Uplink just didn't have that. So Firing Range was turned into studio, and I think it was an overall great map. Who didn't like it? Campers could go in the tower, trick shotters could jump out of the tower, and a few other high places. Rushers had quite a few different rush routes. It was a small, fast-paced map, and just everybody loved that map. And I think that was one of the best maps in Black Ops 2, if not the best. So, Courtyard from World at War. I don't know how many of you guys played this. I, for one, didn't, because if you try to go into a World at War lobby without flying around like it's Advanced Warfare now, it's not going to happen. That game is so hacker-infested that it's ridiculous. I actually started playing Call of Duty, I wouldn't say recently, but it was in actually the Call of Duty Ghosts days, I'm embarrassed to say. And I never really got a chance to play World at War while it was in its prime, so I've played Dig, though. Dig in Black Ops 2 is the best map to get a swarm on, hands down. Cove is the second best, and it's pretty close. Because in Cove, where else are you going to go by that plane? The broken down plane. But in Dig, the only place you can hide from a swarm is that little bunker. And all you have to do is throw a C4 down there, and maybe if they're running flak guys, shoot them once or twice if you have a swarm. And then they're right out there spawning into that swarm, dying all over again. I actually haven't gotten a swarm on this map, but I have gotten other air support, such as the Stealth Chopper, Escort Drone, and Lodestar, and let me tell you, those put in the work. Dig, very fun map. So, let's see. Stadium was turned into Takeoff, and a lot of people love Takeoff. And for whatever reason, yet again, maybe it's just that people like BO2 more. A lot of people didn't seem to like Stadium. I feel like people voted away from it, or for the other map when it was in the rotation, and it just didn't end up getting played as much, which I would always vote for Stadium when I played Black Ops 1, because I love that map. I do think Takeoff actually looked way better, but looks aren't everything to a map. I personally think if it's a good map, I'm going to play it one way or the other. I think they're both good. So, Dome on Call of Duty Ghosts, and guys, I don't really know the names of these Call of Duty Ghosts remakes, and I quite frankly don't care. But on Ghosts, they remade Dome, Favela, Shipment, and Scrapyard, and these are my thoughts. So they had bad kill streaks in Ghost, and what did they do? They took the beautiful MW2 AC-130, and they made it their own little thing with, you get in the field order care package, you go teabag someone's face, and you get an AC-130, and then you rain death upon the whole enemy team. I think that they kind of just screwed that up. I don't think... Ghost was a flop. You couldn't save that game. It was just altogether bad. I have talked to one or two people who have played the game, and they actually did say that those maps kind of made it better. But I think those people were kind of slow, to be honest, and I just don't think that map's good. Or the game's good overall. You couldn't really save it. It was kind of a last-ditch effort to make Ghost playable, but nobody really wanted to play it anyway. So AW, you had that pipeline from COD 4 remade into, I believe it was called Atlas Gorge or something. That was the map that kind of came with it. And I guess a few people played that little playlist, but nobody really cared that much about it. If you want to play Pipeline, you just go on COD 4 and play Pipeline, if you know what I'm saying. So, you also had High Rise turned into Sky Rise, and I didn't play that myself, but I'll say one thing. The only people who really wanted to play Sky Rise were those trick shotters who want to double jump off of that, the crane, and go for their 8-spin trick shot and miss. And all I see is people playing MW2 when I try to go on MW2. All I see is a bunch of people jumping off of the crane on High Rise when I play free fall in that game. And then AW, it's just, they're afraid to show how many people are in that game. It's kind of sad, to be honest. So, other AW remakes I'm actually not aware of, but there probably are. So, you guys just let me know if I missed any of these games' remade maps. So, overall, I think that remakes are a good thing because they make the map pack playable. And you know that it's good, at least for that single map. So for example, Black Ops 2 Map Pack 2. You had the maps Studio, Vertigo, Magma, and Encore, with Mob of the Dead as the Zombies map. The only two reasons anybody's getting that map pack is Mob of the Dead and Studio. Come on, who buys that map pack for Vertigo, Magma, or Encore? Vertigo's alright, Magma and Encore are arguably the worst two maps. So comment down below, if you could choose any current map in Call of Duty to have remade in Black Ops 3, what would it be? If I had to choose, it would be Raid for certain. I very much enjoy that map. In free-for-all, you're never running around for more than 10 seconds trying to find someone as long as it's a full lobby. Search and Destroy, both sides are pretty playable. TDM is just a lot of rush routes and places you can flank around. Domination, that B flag is actually a somewhat capable place. Just any game mode, it works pretty well. Air support still does some degree of work, but there's also places to hide from if the enemy gets it. Very balanced map. I would love to see that in Black Ops 3. I don't know what they would make it, because, you know, they gotta make it a remake of something. It's already like Hollywood, which is pretty cool, but I'm sure they could think of something. So, that's gonna be it for the commentary, guys. Follow me on Twitter. It's @FailingYouTube. It'll be in the description below. And like the video if you guys like to scratch your balls when your balls are itchy. If you guys want me to stop saying that and think of something original, I'll try to. Subscribe for more. Peace out, guys.